Thank you, thank you. Shh. I've only got 5 minutes, okay, so shh. I've written a couple of jokes. So, yeah, my name is Phil. I'm from a small little town just on the border of Windsor. I am 42, so approaching my midlife crisis. A little bit of evidence about that, and you can probably see me wearing it. So, I've been going on cruises for holidays, so that's exactly why I bought this jacket. It wasn't just for you guys tonight. I've also started buying a whole lot of power tools, and I've got no idea how to use a single one of them. And I was going to buy a Chelsea tractor. However, all I could afford was a Slough plough. Yes, that's right, I am from Slough. Surprisingly, a cheer for Slough. Most people don't like to admit they're from Slough. It's kind of a bit like saying you own a Skoda. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it'll always be considered a bit shit. It's very true, right? So, I got married this year. Thanks. Now, my wife and I were expecting to have that, amazing newlywed, passionate, hot sex. Yeah, I know, right? Unfortunately, no one told our 2 cats. So if someone could teach Joey and the cock block to read, we'd probably have a very good time. Where are we now? Okay, so one good thing about being married, of course, there's lots, absolutely loads. But one thing that really helped for tonight is my circle of friends has increased quite a lot, which means I've got some material for today. So we bought a friend of ours an electric toothbrush just a couple of weeks ago. She still hasn't figured out exactly how to put the brush head on. But she said she's been using it for a week and she hasn't stopped smiling. So my wife and I were going to go to a cat cafe. She's like, look, cat cafe. Can we go? Like £18 an hour each. So I said, no, for that price, definitely not happening. What we can do is stay at home, eat cake, drink tea, and stroke her... Stroke her cats. You lot are disgraceful. Unbelievable. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, I think, we went to a speakeasy. You couldn't. Far too loud. Where should we go next? Where should we take you on this fun journey? Let's not look at our hand where we've got any notes written down. Maybe we'll have one more look. So, the speakeasy got me into thinking about, other strange things you might talk about. So we've all heard about first world problems, right? You got your battery just dipped below 80% and you have to panic. Yeah, there's a couple of people, right? And we all know about the third world. We're not going there. There's no jokes about the third world, okay? None whatsoever. However, my question is this. Where in the world is the second world? Yeah. Answers on a postcard, please. Maybe it's Middle-earth? Okay, anyway, enough about the random things that go on in my head. Little story, back to me. So I used to work for a bookies. A few gamblers in the room, not a surprise. And probably, take you back, it's quite a few years ago. I was in an event. I got sent to go to this event at a racetrack, okay? And I walked in the room full of page 3 models. I was like, okay. So I was a confident, charming, handsome, obviously. I wasn't wearing this jacket, but confident 20-something-year-old. And I thought, you know what? My luck is definitely in. I was not disappointed, let me tell you. Dizzy Tart won the 330. Made me 100 quid. Okay, there's no red eye. So, my luck, though, hasn't always been that good, okay? When I was growing up, thanks, Connor. We know that laugh. So, when I was growing up, I wasn't quite so lucky. I used to have a bit of an issue with crossing the road, okay? I'm not really sure why chickens do it. But let me tell you, I was hit by a car crossing the road more than once. The second time, okay, the first time wasn't very exciting. It's not a good story. absolutely shattered my joke. Thanks. All right. So, the second time I was crossing the road, got hit by a motorbike. Now, looking back, it probably wasn't the motorbike. It might have been the sidecar that was attached that sent me rolling into a bush. It happened again. It happened again. I got run over a third time. I'm going to tell you about that. It's a bit more of a fun story. So I was crossing the road with my brother and his friend. Got kind of halfway across the road. Don't cross the road until I tell you. Obviously, I crossed the road. Didn't go well. I got hit by a fireman. Now, luckily, he was on his way to work and not mid-shift in his fire engine, so it was okay. So, picture if you can. My brother, like I said, 9 years old at the time. Bit of a panic. He goes, what do I do? What do I do? He ran home. Go and get some help. So he got home, knocked on the bathroom door. Dad? Yes? You know Phil? Yeah. He's been run over. He's not dead. At which point, my dad ran down the road in his underwear. So, the story doesn't end there. Doesn't end there. I broke my leg that day. I had to go to hospital, and I had my leg in traction. So, you might picture it. Me lying down, leg up in the air, weights at the end of the bed, trying to keep my leg in place. So that lovely, caring brother of mine, who I guess if I was to describe him, you'd probably say he's the kind of person that would stick his head in the oven if someone said he should. So you get a picture. That hasn't changed over the years. He's still exactly the same. But he came, sat at the end of the bed, you know, the caring, loving brother. He lifted the weights. He let go of the weights and sent me down the bed at the same speed as the car that hit me just 2 weeks ago. Now, that was quite eventful. And I'm going to literally wrap up with this last thing to think about, which was, since then, I did learn my lesson. So there was a bit of a problem, and you might spot this. I now have a left foot that points out like some kind of broken compass when I walk. I think we know how that happened. But also, I can't cross the road without looking about 27 times. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all I've got. So thank you very much. You've been amazing. Thank you.
Bloody great. Would you like to take a photo? Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Reese. I know.